Hello and welcome to another week of Central Reads, our 2024 Bible reading plan. This week is a great week. You probably get tired of me saying that because I say it every single week that this is a great week because I really do. I love reading the Bible, and the more you read the Bible and the more you get it and start to see all the pieces that come together and all the connections, and it's layers upon layers of it's just so great. I wish I could give people a love of reading the Bible because it really is just awesome. And this week is Paul's letter to the Galatians, and it's one chapter a day, 6 chapters, 6 days, perfect. It's such a great letter. It is, it's challenging, it's very convicting, it's a little confusing. It's a little bit difficult to understand at points and see what he's talking about. I really want to encourage you to watch the Bible Project's video on Galatians. But it's such a rewarding letter if you can read it and kind of see what he's saying. The gospel, the good news of what God has done in and through Christ, it just shines through so boldly. And there's no debate about it in the book of Galatians. Paul writes Galatians in part because he's very angry. You could see that he has, in the book of Acts, you read how Paul does a lot of work to get these churches going and to start them and get them with good leadership and foundations. And he does that for churches in the Galatia region. And it seems like what's happened is other teachers have come in who are saying, Jesus, yes, but you also have to be circumcised. You also have to follow food laws. You also have to do all those customs of the law that kind of made you part of God's family. And Paul is just saying absolutely not. Because if we have to do those things, then what did Jesus die for? If we have to do those things, that's like putting Christ back on the cross. And in chapter 5, for instance, triumphantly after this awesome argument, Paul's like, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. So don't go back to the yoke of slavery. Paul is hammering it home. And the question, and the Bible Project video hits on this, is if we don't have the law to show us how to live, then how do we know how to live? And the answer that Paul gives is it's the Spirit. It's God's very Spirit living in us, right? Giving us a new heart. A new mind, a new direction. This is exactly what the Old Testament prophets and the law actually cried out for. And it's finally happening. The Spirit is alive in us. And we see that by the famous fruit of the Spirit in the end of chapter 5, right? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. There's no law against these things. Anyway, I love this book. Read it and enjoy every moment of it. Check out that fruit of the Spirit from Galatians 5, 22 and 23. It's such an awesome and challenging and convicting sort of measure of how our faith is. Is our faith coming to life? Is our faith bearing fruit, right? But yeah, read it. If you have any questions, please, I'd love to hear from you. Talk to me, ask me questions. Let's talk about it together. All right, I hope you have a great week of reading.